Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of this series, Programming with Solidity for Absolute Beginners. So, in this episode, we are going to talk about Ethereum accounts. So, Ethereum accounts are basically an entity that holds the balance of Ether, which is the cryptocurrency that belongs to the Ethereum blockchain. So, we have two types of accounts. We have the user control account and also um, an account built using the smart contract, right? So an Ethereum account is an entity with an Ether balance that can send transaction on Ethereum, right? So looking at the types of it, like I said, we have two. So we have the externally owned account, which is controlled by anyone with a private key. Then we have the contract account. That one is built using a particular application or a smart contract to able to do that. So that one is not externally owned. So there's a major difference between these two. So we will look at it. In order for you to be able to interact with the blockchain, you need either externally own account or a smart account, right? Sorry, a contract account. You need either one. Now, one thing is that both of them can hold and transact Ether, but then on a different, I mean, infrastructures, right? Yes, or let me say mechanisms. Now, uh, so we have key difference between the two. So with the externally owned account, you can create it, and there's nothing you have to pay when you are creating externally owned account. We will look at two example of externally owned account. But with contract account, it will actually cost you something. It will cost you a gas fee or something in order to create it because you are taking the storage of the blockchain. And remember from now that the blockchain is not free, right? Because we have millions of nodes that are connected together. We need, which also requires high computational power, which means that we need to be always maintained. We need funds to do that. So if we're changing the state of or interacting with the actual blockchain, most certainly you have to pay a small token. Now, with external owned accounts, you can initiate a transaction, whereas with the contract, you can only send transaction in response to receiving a transaction. Now, transaction between externally owned accounts can only be either or a token transfer. A token is a particular coin which is built on a particular blockchain, right? Uh-huh. So the way Ethereum is, it's also open source, so people can also build their crypto tokens on it. Now, with the contract, transaction can only come from external account to a contract account, and it will be triggered by a certain code which can execute many based on different actions and conditions. So such as if you are transferring a token or even creating a new account, so there could be a lot of if statement, conditional scenarios that will trigger that. Now, with externally owned, it's made up of cryptographic pair keys. So you need this is the mechanism I was talking about. So you need a public key and a private keys that will control the account. But at the user level, you will not need these things. But um, at the at the low level, this is what goes through. But with the contract account, you you don't have a private key. Instead, they are controlled by the logic of the smart contract. So we'll take a look at two most popular um, externally owned accounts, which is my Ether wallet and also MetaMask. All right, so you go to myetherwallet.com. It will send you this to this website, right? Good. So creating an account over here is as simple as creating any other account, right? You don't need heavy mathematics to be able to do that. But in this section, we are not going to create account now, but in the intermediary course, we will do that, right? Good. They also have another one which is called MetaMask. Okay, so creating an account is very simple. They give you a passkey which you need to save it very well. Then you are good to go. Right. So these are the two most popular um, externally owned accounts on Ethereum. Right. But MetaMask you can use for to hold other currencies. Right. All right. So I'll end here. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.